Pues chavales, se me ha crasheado lo más interesante, me cago en la leche. Vamos a ir directamente a casa del Magnuson.
This is the place. Let's head in.
Iniciando subrutina cuerpo a cuerpo.
¡Necesito ayuda!
Este tío es un robot o es una pantalla como el House o algo así, seguro.
The way's blocked.
It looks like some kind of blast door. Fairly sturdy one by the looks of it.
Do you know some way to open this door?
Curious. All my readouts indicate the elevator is waiting for you. And the blast doors are open. Perhaps someone has tampered with it. You will have to perform a local override, and for that, you'll need to access my home's computer network. Make your way to my old bathroom. There, you should find the system interface you'll require.
In your bathroom?
It's a long story. You'll need to provide a passcode. It's, Madison. Then, simply request the blast doors be opened. Off you go!
O sea, esta es su casa, pero de antes de la guerra. Pues aparece una tienda.
There's nothing in here. Except... wait. Oh, don't tell me.
Greetings. My purpose is to serve. Please submit your dictation, urine, and/or excrement.
Madison.
Password accepted. Hello, Dr. Magnuson. You appear to not be yourself today. Are you unwell?
Just shut up and open the blast door. We need to get into the lab.
The blast door. Guardian of secrets, barrier to progress. Forever refusing passage to any and all foreign objects. Must be nice. The way has been opened, Dr. Magnuson. Simply press the entry button near the entrance. And, if I may suggest, an increase of fiber to your diet. More regular bowel movements may serve to improve your mood. Was there anything else? Or may I return to sitting idle, surrounded by filth and despair?
Luego salió.
Subiendo. Nivel de acceso. Subiendo. Nivel de investigación.
Vaya friki, ¿no? El colega.
Oh, great. Should have known we'd not seen the last of her.
Es la calva. Vaya infiltración que va a hacer ahora mismo, ¿no? Vaya, tío. Vaya enemigo final, ¿no?
Sí.
Cero terminales. 0 unidades. A ver si es que me cargaba la piba esa todo rápido, demasiado.
I told you we'd meet again. Hello, Jacob. How's the child?
That's supposed to unnerve me? Using my name like that? Well, it doesn't. She's fine, by the way. Appreciate your concern.
I've got a shot. Just say the word.
Do you come here often?
Only when I'm on the verge of destroying the Commonwealth. I'm already aware of your conquest of Quincy. Of all the heroics performed by those under your banner. I found it quite inspiring. Who would have thought? The Gunners, defeated by the Enforcers. But none of it really matters. Because all I have to do is kill you. Leaving me free to seize the last engram tape that lies beyond these doors, deliver it to our employer, and then I win.
Drop your guns.
I've been looking forward to this.
Debo encontrar el terminal.
I don't think we're gonna get through that door. Let's find another way.
Disculpe. Hola.
Ha dicho que busquemos otra puerta, otra...
Un terminal en algún lado. Ya está.
Joder. Pero bueno, ¿este Menda quiere que le ayudes o no? El Mackinson.
Atascado.
¿Qué pasa? Algo, tío.
Esto está cerrado con un terminal.
Mira hasta el principio, a ver.
Subiendo. Nivel de acceso.
Como sea la consola que no va. Nada. A ver qué pone la guía. Se supone que tiene que puedes continuar directamente.
Subiendo.
Esto debe ser un error.
Nivel de investigación.
¿Habrá un terminal en alguna parte?
¿Y dónde está el terminal? Al otro lado. debería estar abierta. Funciona. No funciona. En la parte de ir al baño se ha fastidiado aquí la cosa.
Magnuson.
Aquí falta algo por hacer. Y esto es algo importante.
Bien.
Pues va, se me ha quedado esto pillado. No me jodas, tío. Se me ha quedado pillado, no puedo salir de aquí. A ver, voy a cargar desde aquí.
This is the place. Let's head in.
Ya está.
The way's blocked.
It looks like some kind of blast door. Fairly sturdy one by the looks of it.
Do you know some way to open this door?
Curious? All my... Make your way...
Uh-huh.
In your...
It's a long...
Uh-huh.
There's nothing in here. Except... Wait. Oh, don't tell me.
This isn't gonna do anything without power.
A computer toilet, huh? Well, it should have more than enough power. What with the plutonium well all running? Maybe we need to flip a breaker switch somewhere.
Joder, ¿dónde está, coño?
Greetings. My purpose is to serve. Please submit your dictation, urine, and/or excrement.
Madison.
Password accepted.
Just shut up and open the
The blast door. Guardian of secrets, barrier to progress. Forever refusing passage to any and all foreign objects. Must be nice. The way... Was there any...
Subiendo. Nivel de acceso. Subiendo.
Salga de arriba.
Nivel de investigación.
Oh, great. Should have known we'd not seen the last of her.
I told you we'd meet again. Hello, Jacob. How's the child?
That's supposed to...
I've got a
Looks like it. Vale. I wish you'd listen to reason.
Reason!
guess Lamont finally dealt with. Let's go meet with Magnuson.
Ahora me sale eso. Me había adelantado yo con lo de... Joder.
Bien.
Ah, there you are. If you wouldn't mind, please decontaminate yourselves before entering the lab. Just activate the console in the decon chamber. Welcome to my lab. Excuse the mess. Well, it's been difficult to keep on top of things. Make your way to the catwalk above. Proceed through the corridors, and I'll meet you just ahead.
Magnuson's private lab. I wonder what's down here. I'm sure the doc won't mind us taking just a little look around.
Está para abajo.
Nice car. I bet there's all kinds of stuff hidden away in storerooms, drawers, terminals. Not that I'm saying we should take anything, but, well, you know. A lot of equipment still active, but also a lot of dust. You think it's just their Magnuson down here all by himself? All these years?
A lot of this lab's equipment was prototyping for Luna Colony's many intricate systems. Feel free to examine anything that catches your eye, but do try not to touch.
Look, but don't touch. I'll do my best.
A setup! From the very beginning, the whole thing a setup! They were never truly interested in ASAPs or undermining Rodco. Means to an end, all of it! She played me. From the moment we met, always 3 steps ahead. I trusted her. Free access to come and go as she pleased. Magnuson. Lustful old fool. Now they have everything. ASAP Tech, Vault 110, the Ingram tapes, Project Selene. All of it. In the hands of Vault-Tec. Wait. No. The 5th Ingram tape. That's still being compiled at CIT. If I act quickly, I can secure it. Maybe even augment it. And the tapes that were stolen, they'll need to be transported. Texas is a long way away. I should still have access to Vault-Tec's shipping network. All I need to do is scrabble every shipping address on their system. All right then, Madison. You want to play dirty? I I'm game if you are.
Está interesante, macho, la historia de Almenda este.
At long last we meet. I was beginning to think you'd gotten yourself lost.
Es que como sabía que era una computadora fax como Eden, o un robot, o como House, que estaba por ahí, que estaba vivo artificialmente.
I can see where this is going.
What is this, Doc? Explain yourself.
There's no reason to obscure the truth any longer. I am Dr. Magnuson. But I am also the last Ingram tape. What you see standing before you is what the Gunners and Vault-Tec have been searching for.
What are you?
Make no mistake, I am Dr. Carl S. Magnuson, as much as you are yourself. I am a perfect duplication of the Doctor's personality and core memories. Everything that made him who he was is part of me. However, I am also technology, hardware, and software. An AI would be the closest comparison, but lacks certain critical nuance. It is difficult to explain, but in essence, I am the Ingram tape, currently loaded into this computer as much as I am Magnuson.
I'm finding this kind of hard to believe.
I can understand why. But you must accept the truth that is in front of you.
Well, it's good to meet you, Dr. Magnuson. Not in the way I expected, but still, it's an honor.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. I appreciate your courtesy. I'm sure all three of you have many questions. I took the liberty of recording some answers to topics I thought may interest you. You can find them on the terminal below my monitor.
Can I ask some questions?
Of course. I did promise you full transparency. Please, ask whatever you'd like.
Why did they want you so badly?
I believe I've already touched on this. The Ingram tapes were created to run Luna Colony. Without them, the moon base is doomed to collapse. How Vault-Tec have kept things running for over 2 centuries without the tapes is beyond me. It is possible they devised some sort of temporary workaround. Perhaps from some of my stolen research. Getting a hold of such things was no problem for a company as corrupt as Vault-Tec.
You're a robot, right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you. Well, I did, but I didn't mean to be rude about it. No, I'm not a robot. AI would be a better analogy, but even that is an insufficient description. An Ingram tape captures everything that makes you an individual. Well, in my case, 5 Ingram tapes. The 4 tapes that the Gunners recovered hold the majority of my knowledge and experience, whilst the 5th tape primarily holds my personality. There is nothing artificial about the Magnuson you are currently interacting with. Well, there is, but you know what I mean.
Can you prove you're more than just a machine?
We are all machines in one way or another, yourself included. However, I suppose it would be difficult to prove my legitimacy in my current state. Without the other 4 Ingram tapes, I lack the bulk of what truly makes me Magnuson. For what is a person if not the sum of their life experience? There are too many holes in my memory. Perhaps you're right. As I am right now, I may...
What have you been doing all this time?
To be perfectly frank, I've mostly been sitting idle. What you might consider my consciousness was dormant. That is, until my lab's computers detected the comm hub had been activated, and I was awoken. It was a very disorienting experience. I could comprehend, but there was no substance. And so I began attempting to reach out.
What happened after that?
I monitored what little data I could from the comm hub, and then from your ASAMs. I monitored, I listened, I learned. Soon I could, for the most part, understand speech. And by intercepting numerous active comm channels, I detected signals from Luna Colony. Part of my function was to monitor the moon base's progress via the hub, which was meant to be connected at Olivia. But even without Olivia's dish, the hub was still receiving a strong signal being transmitted to somewhere in the local region.
You listened to the radio?
In a manner of speaking. The signal was from Vault-Tec. They had made it to Luna Colony after all, and they were now in contact with the Gunners. When I overheard their plans to attack your settlements, I warned you the only way I could, by forwarding Gunner communications to the hub. But it wasn't purely an act of altruism. I wanted to keep the Gunners as far away from your settlements and the comm hub as possible. I knew they were searching for the Ingram tapes, and possessing the hub would only bolster their efforts. Which, I suppose, ultimately, it still did.
Corrupt? That's the understatement of the year.
You don't know the half of it. The lengths that Vault-Tec will go to lie, cheat, and steal. It's actually quite impressive now that I think about it. You remember Madison, yes? CPO of Vault-Tec, an expert manipulator. I love that woman. Part of me still does, if I'm being honest. She played me like a fiddle. Before we'd even met, she had it all planned out. All she really cared about was Luna Colony. I wonder if she made it up there. If right now she's watching the facility crumble around her.
How can you not know what they're doing? You must have some way of watching them.
I did. Although the information I received was sparse, mostly consisting of comm traffic between Vault-Tec and the Gunners. However, now that we've disrupted that, I've no way of knowing anything. It's uncertain how long the communication blackout will persist. But considering you hold Quincy and Province Bay has been destroyed, even if Vault-Tec re-establish contact, there's not much they can do. We've won. Luna Colony will fail. Vault-Tec will perish.
Nothing else.
Very good.
So, what's our situation?
The situation is that we're done. Now it's simply a case of putting all our ducks in a row. All that remains is for you to take the Ingram tape. Simply remove it from its enclosure, and then keep it somewhere safe. Somewhere secure.
But if we do that, what happens to you? I mean, you are the Ingram tape, right? Or at least part of you is?
Correct. Once you remove the tape, my read-only memory will be wiped. And I'll cease to be, I suppose. Can't say that I'm looking forward to it, but duty calls. I cannot put my well-being above the safety of others.
Probably for the best if it was all wiped away.
And the fifth tape, the one loaded into this very machine, is the most dangerous. Without it, the other tapes are unreadable, virtually useless. So to leave the fifth tape here, unguarded, unprotected, it invites a repetition of events. But have no fear. The knowledge of Magnuson will live on. And if the tape happens to again be loaded into a suitable device, chances are another version of Magnuson will be created. But it will not be me.
What happens to you?
Think of the Ingram tape as a slab of marble engraved with the memories of Carl S. Magnuson, an unchanging monument to a great man's mind. When you remove the tape, these memories remain on the device, stored safely on magnetic ribbons. They are ROM, able to be read, but not altered. However, the individual you are currently conversing with, the Magnuson who was created when the tape was first loaded into this mainframe, I will be gone. I exist only as long as the Ingram tape remains loaded into this computer.
I don't know if this is a good idea. Seems unnecessary to go to these lengths.
The Ingram tapes were the catalyst for one of the worst conflicts this region has ever seen. And the fifth tape, the one loaded into this very machine, is the most dangerous. Without it, the other tapes are unreadable, virtually useless. So to leave the fifth tape here, unguarded, unprotected, but have no... And if the...
There must be something we can do to help you.
I gotta say, I agree. Dr. Madison, I don't care if you're a computer or tape, or if you don't even have all your memories. We can't just let you disappear. There's gotta be some way we could keep the Ingram tape safe and still keep you around.
If you feel that strongly about it, then there is a way to do what you propose. But I warn you, it risks damage to the Ingram tape. You may end up with no Magnuson and a tape full of useless data.
I'm listening.
It's possible, if my mainframe was kept powered and active, that both myself and the Ingram tape could be transported to your headquarters. But this would be a monumental undertaking, not to mention risky. There are a myriad of things that could go wrong.
I guess it's worth the risk. Let's do this.
Very well. If there was anyone who could do this, it would be you. I will begin the necessary preparations.
Don't you worry, Dr. Magnuson. By this point, I'm fairly familiar with your tech. We got this.
But, just in case things do not go according to plan, I would like to take this opportunity to offer you ownership of this lab. There is research here I believe you'll find useful. Consider it my recompense for all of your efforts.
Thanks for your help.
I'll need to start isolating and locking down systems. Might as well begin right away. Oh, I almost forgot. In all the excitement, I didn't congratulate you on your victory in Quincy. You did a phenomenal job. I'm unsure if even the great Magnuson could have done better. I look forward to getting to know you better, Chief. Well, goodbye for now.
For the time being, I think it's best if I stay here. It's gonna take a lot of work to move Magnuson, and someone really should keep an eye on that Ingram tape. You should head on back to the HQ, let everyone know how things went. Hey, we did it. We dealt with the Gunners and we saved the Commonwealth, so enjoy your victory. You more than earned it. I'll catch you later, Slick.
Disculpe. Vamos a cambiar cosas.
Al final me ha parecido un pelín flojo. Si es que se ha acabado ya, claro.
acceso.
Coño.
Señor.
You all right?
Thanks for the front row seats to that battle. Though, if you ask me, you wasted your caps hiring us out if all we were gonna do was take potshots.
Uh-huh.
Next time you're in the mood for a drink, the round's on me, yeah?
Qué malota.
Anything to report?
The battle has been won, but I am disappointed by our contribution. It was a mistake to take so many roles. But perhaps there was little choice.
You should move out.
Is everything okay?
Oh, hey, Chief. So I guess we won, huh? I mean, barely thanks to us. What can I say?
¿Has oído eso?
Just wanted to check in. Make sure we're doing okay.
Well, that could have gone better. But it could also have gone a lot worse. We did what we could.
Is everything okay?
Oh. That really didn't go well for us. Most of the time, it... Oh! I almost forgot. The comm array. We finally finished repairs. everything should now be working the way it was before. Although...
Anything you want to talk about?
well, after we turned everything back on, there was something... strange. I think it has something to do with the array now being linked to that supercomputer at Olivia. It's like it's trying to make a connection to somewhere. I didn't know if it's meant to be doing that, so I just kind of ignored it. But really, you should check it out. Make sure it's okay.
I'll take a look, sure.
That's a relief to hear. Just activate the receiver panel on the far right console when you're ready.
What a relief. I was hoping you'd connect with us. Would I be correct in assuming you hold the leadership position in your group?
Can I help you?
This is Madison St. James, CEO and leader of Vault-Tec, greeting you from Luna Colony. A privilege to finally speak with you.
That's quite a promotion.
Promotion? Ah, very astute of you. You've probably heard me being referred to as the Chief Procurement Officer. Early in my career, I recognized the advantages of letting others believe that someone else was responsible for decision-making. During negotiations, I found it provided a useful power dynamic. But in truth, I've occupied the role of Vault-Tec CEO, even before total atomic annihilation.
How did you make contact?
The process wasn't too difficult. Once we had bugged your array and you connected it to Olivia, it began syncing to the ASAMs we have here. While I could be wrong, I believe that was the array's original purpose. Then it was a straightforward process of setting up a two-way comms feed and patiently waiting for you to respond.
So, what do you want with me?
I'd hoped to make contact and attempt a peaceful resolution to our conflict. Regrettably, Magnuson took steps to ensure that couldn't happen. First, he caused significant damage to your array, and then orchestrated a communication blackout to seal the deal. The blackout may have passed, but so has our window of opportunity. The Ingram tapes are beyond our reach, and Luna Colony has reached a critical point of no return.
Why would he do that?
Obviously, to stop us from talking. Magnuson's held a grudge against Vault-Tec ever since we acquired his research from Robco. And despite our agreement to provide him ongoing funding, Magnuson stole from us and undermined Vault-Tec at every opportunity. Astonishingly, he now blames us for occupying what he still regards as his property, overlooking the fact that we possess legal ownership. Therefore, I can only conclude that Magnuson wanted to conceal the truth so he could keep using you as a tool to harm Vault-Tec.
What have you been doing up there?
You might find the answer to that underwhelming. We never anticipated our tenure at Luna Colony to span more than a couple of decades, but after Magnuson ensured the loss of the Ingram tapes, we were forced to resort to some creative measures to ensure our survival. In order to pass the long years, many of our high-ranking staff opted for extended periods of cryogenic suspension. Meanwhile, our scientists labored away, hoping to find a stable replacement to the lost tapes. Needless to say, they didn't succeed. With his usual dramatic flair, Magnuson had guaranteed our downfall.
If you expect me to believe you, I want proof.
Naturally, I wouldn't make claims without evidence. Let me ask you, Magnuson to reveal who the Gunners were working for? How often did he withhold vital information? Why didn't he disclose to you that he wasn't the real Magnuson, but in fact, a technological copy? I'll tell you why. Because at the time, revealing these things didn't align with his agenda. That being the destruction of Vault-Tec. I'm genuinely sorry to say that Magnuson has been using you as a pawn.
Can I ask some questions?
Bear in mind, we're short on time, but I'll answer what I can.
Vault 111. Please, tell me. I need to know.
I'm aware that you originate from that vault. My heartfelt condolences for the challenges and losses you've had to bear. Let me begin by emphasizing, we never intended to leave 111's residents in permanent cryostasis. Disappointingly, it seems our staff deviated from their mandated instructions, leading to a breach of vault integrity. Presumably, lockdown protocols were activated, and the revival sequence for the cryopods was never triggered. Once again, I extend my sincerest apologies.
You tried to destroy the Commonwealth.
And where did you hear such claims? Magnuson? Lamont? Hardly reliable sources. Yes, had we acquired the Ingram tapes, naturally, we would have made use of Atomic Rain's capabilities. But only to expunge any remnant of Magnuson's work, to ensure any clues or records to Lunar Base's existence remained lost to time. Our sole concern was our continued survival.
You hired the Gunners.
Yes, we did. A decision we regret. We tried contacting every vault in the Commonwealth, hoping to enlist residents' assistance in locating the Ingram tapes. But when our hails were met with silence, our desperation grew. Finally, a glimmer of hope. We got a response from a vault, from a mercenary named Wes. And so, without fully comprehending their ruthless nature, we enlisted his group's services. Only after they recovered the first tape did we realize our mistake. But it was too late. The Gunners now held a powerful bargaining chip. We were essentially handcuffed to our contract.
Nothing else?
Of course. I am sorry that you've been caught in the middle of all this. For Magnuson to have used you the way he has.
How do you know?
Because I know Magnuson. Both professionally and intimately. And despite your Magnuson being a replica, from everything we've seen, he's every bit his original in temperament.
Who knows? Maybe he did plan it all.
Please understand, I place no blame on you. Both of us have been fighting for survival, with less than honorable allies muddying the waters. Who knows? Perhaps under different stars, it could have been you and Vault-Tec pitted against Magnuson and the Gunners. Sadly, that was not the case, and Luna Colony is nearing its end. Many will die, but a fortunate few, we will find refuge in cryosleep. I find some solace in knowing that, even in defeat, Magnuson won't see his wish fully realized. A part of Vault-Tec will persist. And if I can leave you with some parting advice, don't trust Magnuson.
The vaults. Why all this effort?
In light of your somewhat unique position, perhaps you are owed a more thorough explanation. Project Safe House was indeed conceived to preserve human civilization. However, the version marketed to the public wasn't quite the full picture. Each vault represented a minor cog in the grand experiment, exploring how humanity might cope with certain challenging scenarios. Our intention was to collect and catalog this data so it could serve to guide us in the construction of off-world colonies. You see, Magnuson wasn't the only one with Starward aspirations. But where our scientists hit a wall, Magnuson, with his ASAMs, broke through it.
You wanted to save human civilization.
Of course. That was the entire point of the vaults. Both directly and indirectly, they would help preserve our civilization. Each vault granted opportunities to study and monitor every conceivable scenario humanity might be forced to deal with, both during their journey and upon their eventual arrival to a new world. And while some within our inner circle harbored more selfish ambitions, it was always my intention that the vaults would serve a greater good.
You worked with scientists?
By all means. Some of the finest pre-war minds were exclusively on Vault-Tec's payroll. Numerous technological wonders were made, but very few served to push us towards our ultimate goal. And time was slipping through our fingers. But Magnuson, he was closer to a solution than we'd ever been. And while the moon's a far cry from a new world, it was a promising start. Had we not been hampered by the absence of the Ingram tapes, I suspect Vault-Tec would already be colonizing planets.
I had no idea.
That was by design. The general populace were never meant to know. But make no mistake, we're incredibly grateful to our vaults and their residents. Their efforts have provided us a wealth of knowledge, and whenever viable, we made every effort to ensure they had the greatest chance of survival. It was a relationship of mutual gain.
What do you mean by that?
While possessed of an undeniable brilliance, Magnuson is still a creature of ego, and I suspect his Ingram tape counterpart is no different. Initially, I have no doubt Magnuson will present himself as the ideal business partner. Intelligent, ambitious, driven, charming. But how long until he's weary of you? Maybe you'll fail to meet his resource demands, or lack the funding for his pet projects. And you've seen his reaction to Vault-Tec's control of Luna Colony. Do you sincerely think he has no issue with you owning the comm array? As I said, do not trust him.
The vaults. Why all this effort?
In light of your somewhat... Project Safe House, each vault are intent...
That's hard to believe.
Many thought that way, even some working within Vault-Tec. Still, we pressed on. But make no mistake, we're incredibly grateful to our vaults and their residents. Their efforts have provided us a wealth of knowledge, and whenever viable, we made every effort to ensure they had the greatest chance of survival. It was a relationship of mutual gain.
The Commonwealth deserves to determine its own fate.
Eloquently said. Treasure your victory. I've no doubt its cost was steep.
Miss St. James, it's time. You should put this on.
Well, as pleasant as this has been, I'm afraid our conversation must come to an end. And from one leader to another.
Resident secure.
Please, in mind what we've talked about. At the very least, keep tight control of Magnuson. Assuming you have the ability.
Occupant vitals. Normal.
Oh, hello.
Calling any available security personnel. Report to the main hall. To check out a suspicious package.
Se ha quedado esto pillado.
Hey. I don't think anyone will miss those parts. They couldn't have been from anything too important. Oh, hello. You will not regret building a robotics lab. I can do amazing things with robots. As long as you don't mind a few conflicting ethical subroutines.
Esto se ha quedado pillado.
Where were we?
As I was saying, the blackout may have passed, but so has our window of opportunity. The Ingram tapes are beyond our reach, and Luna Colony has reached a critical point of no return.
I find that very hard to believe.
I can understand. Let me... Why didn't he
Sorry.
Even in defeat, a part of Vault-Tec will persist. You may have won the war, but our conflict is not over. Still, I offer you this parting advice. Don't trust.
If Vault-Tec had...
Our conversation has run
I have what it takes.
Considering you... But don't...
Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3.
Straight from the Brahmin's mouth.